Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this mid-month psychic tarot update for January 2024. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in this mid-month of January and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, some months your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from your cusp sign, so you might want to check that out. So, all that being said, now onto your mid-month psychic tarot update for January 2024, and I'm starting with the sign of Aries. So the first card you have is the Two of Wands, and I'm using a new tarot deck. It's called the Harmonious Tarot. So you have Two of Wands as your first card. And this is partnership in business, partnership in romance. It could also be something you're doing or creating and putting out there in the world for people to, look at, approve, like, buy, pay attention to. You may feel like you need to clean things up, fix things up. This could be yourself, your appearance. It could be your home. It could be things to do with your financial situation. So wherever you see in your life where you need to fix things up and clean things up and clear things up, could even be your skin for some of you. That could be going on in this mid-month of January and maybe even on into February. You may feel like you're under pressure, trying to complete a lot of projects or plans that you have in the works. You may be doing a lot of multitasking. You could have like a couple things going over here, a couple things going on over there, and you may be juggling work, juggling projects, juggling jobs. Juggling a lot of things could come up here for you in January. Some of you are going to be talking to somebody you met online. This could turn out to be a love relationship, or it could be something else could come of it, an opportunity, a friendship. There could be lots of possibilities of what could come up for you talking to this person online. This could even be somebody that has affluence and has a lot of suggestions about how to manage finances or how to make money in the stock market or with other kind of financial investments, or maybe even purchasing property or leasing property or purchasing property and then turning around and leasing it, anything like that, or even buying something like possibly property and then renovating it, like, flipping a house. That kind of energy comes up here also. And you're going to be really aware of where you see holes in projects and, things where there's missing pieces and chinks in the armor, as the old saying goes. And where there's gaps, holes, chinks in the armor. That's going to stand out to you, and you are going to, you Aries, sun, moon, and rising sign people are going to start trying to fix those things. So the card you have with it is the Chariot, which is being pulled in two different directions. It could be having to make a choice between two different things. It could also mean long distance travel. It could even mean success in some cases. It can also indicate that change is coming. You may feel really, Aries, like you have to move on with your life or move on with something. Like maybe you feel like you're in a relationship and it needs to move on, like maybe it feels stuck, or your living situation. You may feel, okay, this is decent, this has served its purpose, but now I need to move on. So you could have the energy and feeling and the desire to move on with something in your life. It could even be your job or career. You may feel like, okay, this has been good. It's been a great time. Thanks, but time to move on. And if you don't make the move to move on in January, the thoughts of and pondering that could be very strong for you at this time. I feel like you're going to be taking a really strong pragmatic approach. And I feel that many of you Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign people are going to want to have things in order. You may want your finances in order. You may want your property in order. You may have like documentation and paperwork, or important papers and things of that nature. You may want those things in order. And you may also be doing a lot of things to improve your health and wellness. So you could be taking new dietary supplements, herbal remedies, different kinds of tinctures. You could be doing cleanses, or, new exercise routines, or changing your diet, eliminating foods, taking on eating new types of foods. So that's all indicated here also with the Chariot. I feel like, again, I kind of get the same energy I got right at the beginning, where I feel like you have deadlines. You could have deadlines. You could have like where you feel like, I got to get these projects done. I got to get this nailed down and sewn up so I can move on to the next thing I have to do. So some of you may feel like the pressure of completing projects could be quite strong for you now. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Taurus. So Taurus, I'm using a new tarot deck I got as a Christmas gift. It's called the Harmonious Tarot. And the first card you got is the Four of Swords, which is a pause, a meditative state, a resting phase, a recuperation from an illness. It could also indicate prayer. You may be trying to get yourself situated in a new environment. Maybe recently you've moved, or the company where you worked, maybe they've switched your office or moved to a new location, or maybe you've started a new job. But I get like trying to adjust to some kind of new working or living conditions or new situation, like having to adjust to it. You could even have some things like bringing you to tears, where you feel like overwhelmed or disappointed, or you feel like you just don't want to do something. Like maybe you don't like the move, maybe you don't like the new office, maybe you're not happy with the new living situation or new town you moved to, or whatever changed or new circumstance you find yourself in. You could have, I'm not saying you're totally depressed about it and you can't cope with it, but you could find yourself having bouts of crying or tears over it because maybe you're feeling nostalgic about the way things used to be, or feeling like you're missing people that you worked with at this other job that you left, or the other town that you lived in, or your neighbors. Like you could have, like crying could be feeling homesick, feeling nostalgic, thinking about the past, missing people. You may really feel like you want to treat yourself. You could be treating yourself in mid-January going into February to massages, facials, going out to dinner at a really nice, expensive restaurant, treating yourself to some new clothes, or maybe something else, manicures, pedicures, new hairdos, anything that would fall in line with what you would feel like is treating yourself. Maybe you want to get a new motorcycle. Maybe you want to buy yourself a new car. You know, I don't know what it is, but some of you will feel like you want to treat yourself. The card you have with it is the Devil. No, I'm sorry, it's the High Priestess. I have to get used to these cards. I'm sorry, they don't look at all like my usual tarot cards, so I have to really pay attention. So this is the High Priestess. So that's a high spirit guide coming in to give you messages. It could also indicate your own psychic ability and your own intuition is heightened right now. This could be you keeping something secret or hidden, or somebody else keeping something secret or hidden. You could know information but not share it. I feel like you are going to feel like you're in control of a lot of things this month. You may, mid-month going into February, you may feel like you are like the master of your own destiny. You may feel like you are a good manager, supervisor, overseer. You may feel like you have more control. Maybe you recently got a promotion. Maybe you're managing and more people at work, or something changed in your family situation and you're more of the manager, supervisor, overseer. You may also feel like you're trying to get your act together strongly, because you may feel like you have to make there may be some situation coming up where you have to make some kind of presentation. Or you may feel like, I need to present myself like I got it all together. I know the rules and regulations, and I got all the protocols figured out, and I'm up on my game on everything going on. Like, you may feel like you need to or want to present yourself that way. For some of you, it's in a business situation. If you own your own business, for some of you, it's at work. But for some of you, it could even be in regard to your family. Maybe you're being made the executor or executrix of somebody's will. Maybe you're the power of attorney over somebody. Maybe there's some other situation where you have to step up to the plate and look like, I'm the right person to steer this ship. I'm the right person to handle, to be entrusted with money, information, responsibility, whatever it is. So you may feel like, man, I got to get my act together. I got to be sharp as a tack. I got to look good. I got to, have everything in alignment, organized, and so that you can project these qualities to whomever you're trying to get to see, notice, and pay attention. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Gemini. Hi Gemini, I'm using a new tarot deck called the Harmonious Tarot. I got it as a Christmas gift. So please don't be thrown that the pictures may not look exactly like what you're used to. The first card you have here is Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could be you if you have a rising sign or a moon sign that is a fire sign. You may feel like you want to change. You may feel like you want to break free of some kind of mold that you've been in, situation, personality, profile. It could be a job, could even be a relationship. But I really feel it's more about you, where you feel like, I want to break out of this mold. Everybody sees me as I'm like this, or I am that. You want to break out of that. You may want to spread your wings and go in new directions, a new job, a new career. Maybe you want a whole new look. Maybe you want to change your gender. I don't know what you want to change, but some of you are definitely going to feel like you want to break out of some mold or box that you feel like you're in. I feel like you're going to be talking to somebody of authority that can help you with this. And I feel like it's going to make sense to you, whatever discussion you have, and there'll be a plan that gets put in place, and many of you will make big changes or bigger changes or more changes towards this, breaking out of this mold or box that you're in August. But I feel like you're going to be talking to the right people now in January or February. This could also be a fire sign person that you are wary of, distrustful of, suspicious of. You may have caught them in lies. You may have caught them doing some kind of shady things. You know, remember, pages can be children. They can also be adults that are immature or young at heart. So this, if you have kids, this could be one of your kids. If you're a boss or a manager or a supervisor, this could be somebody that works for you. So the card you have with it is the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is a card that symbolizes you could be in some kind of contentious situation with coworkers, family members. You know, it's a struggle. You could be having an internal struggle in you, or a struggle with coworkers, family members, friends, or any people in clubs, groups, or organizations you belong to. You may want to make yourself more attainable to the public. If you're a public figure, you may want to start interacting with your public more. Maybe you want to get on social media more. Or even if you're not a public figure, you may just feel like, I need to get on social media more. I need to, and if it's not on social media, it could be joining clubs, groups, organizations. You may feel like, I need to get more involved in, you know, things outside of my home and my job. You may feel like it's a good time for you to join churches, spiritual groups, any kind of activity group that you're interested in, the same activities. Like maybe you want to join a chess club or a hiking club or a canoeing club, or, you know, a club that does, or a group that does artwork or music, you know, something. I feel like you may find that's, you want to connect with people, and you want to connect with new people or your friends and family and relatives and, you know, other people maybe that you don't even know. You like wanting to make connections with people, be more social. Some of you are really going to have to hold yourself back or keep yourself in check from flipping out or berating this Page of Wands person. So you may, because you may be mad at them or suspect them, or like I said already, suspicious, suspect them, think they're shady. You may not like something they're saying or doing, and you may, it could, your temper could amp up directed at them. I feel in some ways, Gemini, you're trying to find ways to find balance and balance your temperament. So, you know, you're probably blunt at times and tell it like it is. And that at other times you're probably very judicious. But it's kind of like, I feel like you're trying to find a good balance between those two parts of yourself, especially in anything that is riling you up about a fire sign person. And you may say, well, I know somebody that fits that, but they're not a fire sign. They're a water sign, or they're an air sign. Well, it doesn't matter. Do you know their rising sign or moon sign? Because this could be them And you may not know that they really have, maybe they have a strong rising sign that's a fire sign. So just keep that in mind when you listen to this reading. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Cancer. Hi, Cancer. I'm using the Harmonious Tarot deck. I got it as a Christmas gift. So if the pictures look a little unusual to you, they won't necessarily look like what you're used to, but the meanings of the cards are the same. So 8 of Cups is turning away from what's not working for you anymore, emotionally speaking. You could be heading off on a new journey with a stick of power and control in your hand. And even though the journey's unknown, you're still willing to take it. Some of you Cancers may feel like there's some aspect of your life you're getting very disenchanted with, tired of, and bored. And you may feel like you want to have prosperity coming to you, but you may feel like, I don't want to do it in the same old way and through the same old channels of how I get my financial abundance. You may feel like, yeah, I want to stir things up. You may feel like there's some things you must say and do, and you may feel like you're really hesitant or you don't really feel comfortable to say or do. So this could be like, maybe you need to quit. Maybe you need to tell your boss you want a different schedule. Maybe you want to tell your love partner that you don't like something that they do or say and you want them to change it. I feel like there's something on the tip of your tongue that you need to say and you want to say it, but on the same token, you don't want to say it. Like you're hesitant to do it. You may feel like whatever this is, you need to casually slip it into conversation or casually bring it up. You may not feel like you want to just, be bold and blatant with it. You may feel like it's better if I just sidestep in and say it real casually, because you could feel like if you come at it head on, you're not going to want to deal with the backlash that could come from you being direct. You may also feel like some situation in your life has gotten out of hand. And you may feel like you have lost some control that you had before, or that you would like to have more control. So this could be something you're pondering now in mid-January going into February. Now, the card you have with it is the Tower, and that's the end of a friendship, the end of a relationship, the end of an old paradigm, so a new paradigm can begin, the end of an old rulership, so a new rulership can begin. It could also be a fight, an argument, a breakup. It could be a fire, a flood, some kind of natural disaster could occur. Tower can mean lots of things. It can also mean an awakening about something. You may find out that you don't have the right to do something that you think you should have the right to do, and it could really tick you off. Maybe you want to dig something in your yard, put a sign up in front of your house, or rent a room, or dig a well, or, put up some kind of structure. And you may feel like, well, I own this property. I have the absolute right to do it. And then you may find that you don't really have the right to do it. Like you may have to have permission and zoning and this and that. Or it could be in other things. Like it could be at your job or at a business you own. You may feel like, well, I have the right to refuse servicing this particular person or a group of people, or doing something that you actually may find legally you don't have the right to do. Some of you may be breaking down your finances and dividing it among family members. Maybe you're somebody that's growing older and you're like, well, if I die, I can't take it with me. So why am I going to wait to give it to my friends and family or, loved ones until I die? I'm going to start giving them money now, or giving them things that are worth money now. So you could start breaking down things that are of value, could be stuff, could be money, and you could be donating it or maybe giving it to loved ones. Some of you may have to get some kind of surgery. Some of you cancers, this could be on a part of your foot. It could be knee, ankle, foot, heel, but really it could be anywhere. But that area, is highlighted to me for you. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Leo. Hi Leo, I'm using the Harmonious Tarot deck in this reading. I got it for Christmas. Don't be thrown. The pictures don't look exactly like traditional tarot. So the first card you have is Five of Cups. This is sadness, loss, and regret. But not all hope is lost, because there are still two cups upright that did not spill over. Sometimes this can indicate a problem with drinking, either you or somebody you're connected to, maybe romantically, could have that issue. I feel like you have given up some things that you shouldn't have. You may also feel like you turned your back on something that you have now paid a price or a penalty for doing so. It could be people in your life. It could be people out in the public. This could also be things that you've gotten rid of that you wish you didn't get rid of. It could be jobs. It could be stuff. So you have to think on this one, Leo. But the interesting thing here is you have so much power at your fingertips that you could turn this stuff around with a snap of your fingers and the drop of a dime. So you just have to regroup, reassess, regroup and reassess, and then figure out how you can get some of these things back, whether it's people, stuff, jobs, or whatever or relationships that you've given up, that really you now have regrets that you wish you hadn't. But like I said, the way my guides are showing me is like, you really have the power to get this back, to get those things back. But you have to reassess and reevaluate and make the decision, and then take the steps, and you can regain some of this. This could even be money. If you felt like you have regrets over, maybe regrets over money that you spent or didn't spend on things that maybe you should have. You may be doing a lot of soul searching in January and going into February. I feel like it's a big time of healing for Leos. The next card you have in your reading is Seven of Swords. And Seven of Swords is somebody lying to you, deceiving you, or stealing from you. You could be the one doing it, but it usually comes at the person. You may have somebody that brings something to your attention about how much you've lost. So, like, let's say you have financial advisors. They could come to you and say, hey, Leo, we got to let you know, like, how much money you lost when you made this decision or that decision, or in this investment or that investment. Like, you could have somebody be pointing it out to you. And if it's not financial losses, It could also be, like friends or relatives saying, or, some other type of person, a business advisor saying, you didn't make the right decision with this. You lost a lot of income or business or whatever it was when you made this decision or that decision. And so they could be pointing it out to you. You may also catch up with someone you lost touch with. Now, you may have lost touch with them because maybe you didn't trust them. Maybe they stole from you. Maybe they lied to you. So maybe you cut them off. But for some reason, you may be catching up with them again. Or you could just be catching up with somebody that has nothing to do with that they stole something from you or took advantage of you or not. I feel like you're going to feel challenged because I feel many Leos are going to feel like they have to rectify things. And my guides are very firm about this because they said it quite strongly. So you may feel like at this time period, it's not going to last forever. Remember, all things, this too shall pass. Remember that. It's a good mantra for you. This too shall pass. But this is a month for you to rectify things, to make right things that went wrong. And a lot of it, don't get mad at me, Leo, could have been from your own decision making. We all make mistakes with our decisions. I could write a book on the mistakes of decisions I've made, and it would be a pretty thick one. So don't take it personally. We all have these things that come up, but this is like your time of healing, your time to reassess, reevaluate, rectify and make right things and situations that went wrong, and possibly, recoup some losses in some way, and maybe reconnecting with somebody that either did do you wrong or maybe they didn't, but reconnecting with somebody also comes up here. So I hope this helped you, Leo. Now on to the sign of Virgo. Hi, Virgo. The first card you have is the Devil. By the way, this is a new tarot deck to me called the Harmonious Tarot. So the cards aren't going to look like traditional tarot. So you have the Devil, which is being trapped and bound to an unhealthy situation or being trapped and bound to an unhealthy relationship. It could also indicate that you have some kind of addiction. You could be addicted to anything. So you could be struggling with addictions to something or something that's not healthy for you to do. You could be thinking about it and facing it in this month of mid-January. I feel like you're talking to some people that may not be the best people for you to talk to or not the healthiest for you to be hanging around with or commiserating with or talking to. Some of you may have something that you need to dig out and you need to ferret out of your life. You may have problems with bugs. You may have problems with rodents. You may have problems with snakes. You may have any kind of there could be a colony. Do they call it a colony? I don't know the name of it, but like a colony of rabbits. You could have a colony of mice. You could have a colony of rats. You could have a colony of snakes. I don't know, but lizards or scorpions or something there could be in your property that you need to dig out. It could even be a problem with roots going around like pipes and things like that. You may also be very shocked and see people putting themselves in weird positions that you're connected to or friends with or related to, where you feel like, why are they getting involved with that? Why are they dealing with that? Why are they getting involved with that? So you may, and you could even be doing it yourself, but I feel like this is more or less you watching people like get sucked into things they shouldn't, like drugs, alcohol, spending money, gambling. It could be anything. It could be relationships, love relationships, friendships. You may be witnessing people in your life getting involved in some things that are not healthy for them, not good for them, and that they shouldn't. This could also be applying to you. You may be talking and speaking to people that you really probably would be better off not. So the card you have with it is the Ace of Wands, which is new beginnings. And it could be a new beginning in any way. Business, work, love relationships, receiving an inheritance, money coming to you. It could be a child being born. Ace of Rods is some type of new beginnings. And you have it here with the Devil card. I feel that you are going to feel free. So you are going to extricate yourself from anything that's been addictive or unhealthy for you, whether it be jobs, relationships, gambling, drugs, alcohol. I do feel like you are going to free yourself if it pertains to you. Because remember, I said the Devil card could pertain to other people in your life. You may even begin to write a book. I feel many of you Virgos are going to start channeling. You could channel information and put it in a blog. You could channel information and put it in a video. You could channel information and put it in a book. You may, if you're musical, you may even be channeling music or lyrics. But channeling inspiration and messages and things of importance from the spirit realm comes up strongly for you here. Some of you are going to be buying a new car. And it doesn't have to be new. It could be a used car, but whatever it is, it'll be new to you. If you're single and you haven't been putting yourself out there to meet somebody, you may be putting yourself, I hate to say on the market because that sounds terrible, but you know what I mean, like putting yourself out there, like maybe on a dating site or going to some kind of clubs, groups, or organizations where you might meet somebody. So like getting yourself out there in order to either make friends, business connections, but especially meeting or making connections with people for romance comes up here. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Libra. Hi Libra, I'm using the Harmonious Tarot deck, which is a new deck to me, so don't be thrown off if the pictures don't look like traditional or regular tarot to you. So the first card you have is Nine of Cups, and this is wish fulfillment. All good things coming to you in an emotional sense. You could be feeling filled with peace and contentment. You may feel like, you know, you want to party, let the good times roll. I do feel like you're going to either go to a ball or have a ball and have some fun in mid-January going into February. You may even be planning a wedding, planning a party, planning some event, inviting people to something comes up here. Or you could be getting invited to go somewhere. This is going to make you feel lighter than air. This is going to make you feel very happy. You have a positive and favorable outlook on either this party you're throwing, the party you're going to, or an event you're invited to, or some other aspect of your life. You're having a positive outlook on it right now. You may become really more adept and trying your hand at more creative projects and endeavors. So your creativity could be very heightened. Maybe you're going to want to be cooking more, or, creating things, building, or, sewing or building, making jewelry, cooking food, working out in a garden, rebuilding a motorcycle, or, whatever it is you're interested in. I feel like your creativity is going to be really high right now, and maybe even going forward for a few months. You may feel like you want to be seen as the hostess with the mostess. So you may feel like it's time for you to invite people to stay over at your home for a week, or, or have a big party, or have, people come stay for a weekend, or, whatever being the hostess with the mostess means to you. Maybe you're going to host an event. Maybe you're going to do some kind of planning for your kids' school, or some club, group, or organization you work for, or are part of, or even at your job. You may be put in charge of having some kind of event where people get invited, and, something could be going on. There could be a show or something, and you could be the one handling all the details. The next card you have in your reading is the Four of Pentacles, which is holding on protectively to things of value, your finances. It's the Miser card. You could be holding on to protectively to your money, things of value. It could also indicate financial success coming to you in the future. I feel like you're making some friends with some really good connections. You may already be friends with these people. If you already are friends with them, you're going to be engaging with them through parties, gatherings, celebrations, or just in general. Maybe you're just going to go out to lunch with some people that are really, wheeling and dealing, are affluent, they're well connected. There could be somebody that you want to emulate and you want to be more like them. So you could be seeing, like, what kind of car do they drive? What kind of work are they in? What kind of neighborhood are they living in? What kind of outside involvements, like what clubs, groups, and organizations, churches, foundations, outside interests are they plugged into? And you may feel like, I want to, start adapting and adopting some of their practices in my life, so I can see if some of this success, or success, how it can happen for you as well. You may also be leading the charge or parade, my guides are saying, in some cause about money. Like, let's say you work at a company and you guys haven't gotten raises in a long time. You could organize people together at this job. Like, let's go tell the boss as a group that we really, we haven't gotten raises for a while. Or something else that you don't like. Could be time off, could have to do with benefits of some other sort, but I really feel it's money related, and it could be in some other sense. If it's not at work, it could be, maybe you want to start some kind of movement, like a protest against, going to like Washington, D.C., if you live in the United States, and, going to the Capitol and saying, the taxes are too high, or somewhere else. Maybe you don't even have to go to the Capitol. Maybe you just want to be on TV or on the, internet and say, like, protesting or making some kind of statement. It could be against a business that you work for. It could be against the government, or it could be like somewhere where you feel like, it could even be in a family situation if you feel like something was unfair about money that was distributed. So you have to see how that makes sense to you. So I hope those messages were of help to you, Libra. Now on to the sign of Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. The first card you have is the King of Cups, which very likely could be you. This is a water sign person, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. You may feel very much like you want to show people your generosity or how kind and good-hearted you are. Could be very important for you to display to people that either you work for or work for you, or that you love and care about. You may want to look very gregarious, outgoing, friendly, generous. You may feel like you're a philanthropist. You may want to bring about change, especially for a particular group of people. Like maybe you see, I'm going to use children as an example, that have medical problems, and they advertise certain hospitals on TV. And this helps people that can't pay these medical bills for these children that have cancer or other sicknesses. And you may feel like you want to make some kind of big donation to this hospital. Or you may want to get involved with a group or organization that raises funds for something you strongly believe in. And you could be quite generous yourself, donating. If you don't have the finances to donate, you may be donating your time to this cause. Some of you are making a new life for yourself and getting yourself out of hock or debt. So you may find that you're like, you know what, a new year, new me. So I'm going to, you know, like maybe you have some ability to get out of some financial burdens, and or maybe you're going to do some things to change your life that ease up your burdens. So you have less bills, less debt. You could be very amorous now, and you may want to pursue someone very strongly. If you're already in a committed relationship, you may be very much interested in telling them and expressing how much you love and care about them in this month of mid-month of January and moving forward. So you could be expressing your love to somebody you're already with, or expressing your interest to somebody that you're not with. Next card you have with it is the Knight of Swords. This is a air sign person. This is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could be you if you have a rising sign or a moon sign. That's an air sign. Could also be you if you're born on the cusp of Scorpio and Libra. Two things come up. First, I get you could feel challenged by this person, but just as quickly as I hear that, I hear this person could be somebody that you're friends with that really wants you to come out, hang out, party, have a good time, let's do things together, let's cut loose. Like that kind of energy comes from the Knight of Swords. But for some of you, the Knight of Swords could be a person that's trying your patience, my guides say. So remember, when the court cards come up, they can mean, you know, the people cards, they can mean many, many different things. This could be somebody that has challenged you, that is saying they're right. This Knight of Swords may feel like they're right and you're wrong. So this could be somebody that's challenging you, arguing with you, telling you your opinion or what you believe or what you're doing is not right, and that their perspective and what they're doing or, you know, whatever is that they're right. This could also be somebody that's figuring things out that are going to help you out. So this could be like an assistant at a job, a coworker. It could be a boss. It could also be an employee that you've hired. Could even be a family member for some of you, but I get that for some of you Scorpios, this is somebody that is like assisting you, helping you get things in order, easing your burdens, maybe being an assistant to you in some way. So you gotta, you know, that's the way psychic readings go that are general, Scorpio. You really have to think about that because you had quite a few different things that came up here with the Knight of Swords. It's not cut and dry, one simple thing, especially with people cards. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Sagittarius. Hi Sagittarius, I'm using the Harmonious Tarot deck, which is a new deck to me I received at Christmas, so the pictures may not look exactly like what you're used to seeing. So the first card you have is the Page of Cups. So this is a water sign person, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could be you if you have a rising sign or a moon sign that's a water sign. Pages can be children. They can also be adults that are immature or young at heart. You may feel like you're finding your way through a minefield or battlefield of like miscellaneous hubbub. How was that for a sentence for you? So it could be in your personal life with socially or family life with people in your family. But for many of you, it could be job and work related, where there could be like problems over here, problems over there, people disputing this over here, people complaining about that over there, people not getting the products or services they expected, people complaining about something else over there. So you could be like traversing some kind of minefield, but it's not just necessarily at work. Remember, I said this could be happening for you socially. It could be happening for you at work. It could also be happening for you if you're a person that maybe you do videos and you're dealing with comment section and people that watch your videos. Maybe there's a minefield going on there. People are, you know, some people like what you're saying. Some people are upset with what you're saying. You know, you got to decipher where this minefield is. I feel if you are under the weather, you are going to start to feel better soon. Or if it's been a chronic problem or a long-standing health related issue, I feel like you're getting a handle on it. You're conquering it. You're finding the answers and solutions now. This could also be a boss or somebody that wants you to take on more work, more territory, handle more things, have more responsibilities. And if it's not at work, you know, maybe you have an elderly parent or a parent that wants you to do this for them, take on more responsibilities and take a bigger role in steering their life. So it could be a parent to you. It could be a boss that feels this way. So the card you have with it is the Fool. That's starting out on a new path and a new journey with high hopes and high aspirations. But you have to have your wits about you and not have your head in the clouds, or you could fall off the cliff and not have on rose-colored glasses. So you have to be realistic. So the Fool is a good card because it's a new journey, but you have to be grounded and have your wits about you. You seem to be paying attention a lot right now about how people feel about you and how they react to you. Maybe you're not somebody that normally puts a lot of credence in that or importance on it, but for some reason right now, I feel you Sagittarians are feeling that way. You may also be a little bit miffed where you feel like, I don't need you. Like, oh yeah, you think you got your control over me, or I'm going to, like I'm a marionette puppet and I'm going to dance to your tune. You may feel like, I don't need you. I don't need to, do that. You could feel a little rebellious right now. Secretly in your mind, you may be feeling like, if I change direction, I'm going to surprise you all. So you could be like planning, plotting, scheming, ruminating in your head like, you know what? These people don't know. If I could change on a dime, I could change my course of action and they aren't going to see it coming. So some of you could be planning something that's going to really rock some people's boat. You really might. And maybe you're not going to do it yet, but it could be in the mapping and planning stages where you're like, oh, yeah, don't think you got me all figured out or that you know exactly what I'm going to say or do, because you're going to get a surprise, or you might be surprised. You may be thinking, well, you might be surprised. You may be very fixated right now for higher hopes and higher dreams and have a higher vision for your future. So you may feel like, I don't want to keep doing this same job, or I don't want to keep, doing this routine or this job or whatever. You may feel like, I don't want to keep doing that. So you may be planning like, I got to higher goals and higher visions and higher dreams for myself, that you may start to really feel like you want to make plans or start steering your life in that direction. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Capricorn. Hi Capricorn. So the first card you have in this reading today for the mid-month of January is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could be you if you're born on the cusp of Sagittarius and Capricorn, or if you have a rising sign or a moon sign that is a fire sign. You may be really showing people what you're made of this month. Showing your confidence, maybe strutting your stuff a little bit. You could have somebody that's a fire sign person that could be gathering a lot of information for you this mid-month of January going into February, or you could be doing it. This also could be a boss or somebody that's put you in some kind of position of power. It would be a great time for you to go on any kind of auditions or interviews. It would be really good for you to do that between now and the end of February, because you do have that confidence, you do have that uplifted spirit, you do have the desire and the will and the fortitude and the courage and bravery to strut your stuff and demonstrate your skills, your knowledge, and your talents. This is all very high in you right now, and you are it's like you're in the right position. It could be the planets are in the right position or other factors involved that are just putting you in the right position to do that this month. You could receive an inheritance. You could be receiving a raise. You could also be going through some kind of training program or education where you are learning new skills that could be very helpful and useful to you in a business you own or the work that you do. Now, the card you have with it is the Six of Pentacles, which is giving generously, charitably, and freely to others. It could also be receiving charity from others. This could also be the balance of give and take. I do get that your income is going to increase or will be boosted in some way. It could even be like stocks and bonds or investments you have could start increasing in value. I see some of you opening up like some kind of new accounts. It could be a bank account, it could be a savings account, but it could be some other type of account like an IRA or, you know, a retirement fund or something else, because I see you involved with banking and opening up some types of accounts. I feel like somebody's going to show you the ropes about how to do something. It could be about how to buy stocks online yourself, making investment purchases, or something else. Like, I get you, but somebody's going to be showing you how to do something that's going to be important, have value, and be very valuable to you. Like, this will be valuable information and valuable for you to know. It's going to work out for you now, and it's going to work out for you in the future. Some of you are going to be making fond memories with somebody this month. Now, it could be somebody you're already involved with. It doesn't, like, I feel like it's love related. So I feel some of you, this is somebody you're dating or somebody you're married to or in a serious love relationship. But for some of you, you could be making some really nice memories with other people, friends, other relatives. But I feel strongly it circles around more about love partnerships. Some of you Capricorns are going to succeed in something that you've been trying to do or get done for a long time. If you wanted to get something approved at your job or, you know, get approval from somebody, a client or customer or a family member, like something you've been trying to get going, get approval of, all that, like it happens for you. You have that success. I feel it's going to happen for most of you in January, especially the last week, but these predictions could even go into February. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. The first card you have, now I'm using the Harmonious Tarot deck, which was new. It was a gift I got at Christmas. So the images are going to look different, but you got Three of Pentacles. And Three of Pentacles is a card that can symbolize creativity coming to you, like being extra creative. It can also be expanding your work, expanding your business, craftsmanship and attention to detail, focusing on work, craftsmanship, and attention to detail. You could be getting a raise, you could be getting a promotion. I feel like many of you Aquarians are putting a lot of thought into how you can improve your life and how you can make it better in some form or fashion. And you may feel like, I don't want to do too much extra work, but I do want to make the work or things that I'm involved in, could be creative hobbies and pursuits, or it could be a business or work. I want to make it better. But I don't want to have to break the bank, break my neck. Like, you want it to be pleasurable. You want you to enjoy it. And I'm not saying you're lazy, like you don't want to put in any effort. I do feel you want to put in effort, but you just don't want to put in crazy effort. You've already done that. You don't need to do that again. And you may be looking at ways to make what you do shine. if you have a business, or if you create certain things, or your life in general, you may feel like, yeah, like this is good, but I want to make it shine or stand out. Or you could even feel that way about your own self. Maybe you want to upgrade your appearance in some way, or your wardrobe, your hair, your makeup, just something. So you may want to make yourself shine without having to do putting a lot of overt effort into it. You may find that this is a good time for you to, for new books to come into your life for you to read, maybe new videos, maybe new people to watch on the internet, like new things to come in to your sphere of influence for you to pay attention to, that is going to be very inspirational and motivational to you. Now, the card you have with it is the Sun. So this is the spotlight being on you, success in the material world. It can also indicate the birth of a child. It could even indicate love. You're going to get very electrified by your passions now and moving forward, maybe even going out all the way into the end of March. And you may be really concerned about making things prettier. Your environment, maybe you want to get new furniture or new rugs or new window treatments or new siding or redo your garden, or like, so anything that you could make prettier, you may want to do that now. And you're going to be like generating a lot of positivity because of the things that you're doing that I've mentioned in the Three of Pentacles card. You're going to be emanating positive energy. Your aura is going to be emanating positive energy. And when you do that, like attracts like, right? You ever heard that? Like attracts like. So what you put out there is what you attract. If you put negativity out there, you're going to get negativity. If you put out positive vibes, positive words, happiness, upbeat energy, you're going to have positive things come to you. And it's like, you know, the law of attraction is going to be at work, whether you're intending it to do that or not. It just will work that way. Some of you may need to brace yourself because a new relationship could come in for some of you. So if you're single and unattached, be prepared, because some of you, a new love relationship could show up for you. Now, it could be some other kind of relationship, like a friendship. And, you know, it could even be like if you have a child and they have a child, then you'd have a grandchild. Well, that's a new relationship coming into your life. Or, you know, you could adopt a pet or buy a new pet. That's a new relationship coming into your life. But for many of you, I really feel my guides mean it's a love relationship. But you have to see how it plays out, Aquarius. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Pisces. Hi, Pisces. The first card you have is the Hierophant. And this is God or a high priest or a pope giving you blessings or a warning. It could also indicate higher education or higher learning. You could be the student, you could be the teacher. This could also indicate religion or spirituality. I feel that Pisces are coming to the point where they feel very strongly like they want to commit to something. What do you want to commit to, Pisces? Is it a person? Is it love? Is it a new career? Is it a job? Is it a family member? Is it love? I don't know, but it's like this strong sense of wanting to commit to something. It could be education and a program or training, schooling. It's going to be positive for you because it's going to make you feel invigorated but it's also going to make you feel very stable and solid, which is something that ultimately you actually really want. You may also feel like you want to be committed to something where you are helping people. Now, this could be people in your own personal life, but it could be charities, organizations, churches, people that live in other countries, people that have disabilities, people that, you know, homeless. I mean, you may feel like you're, or it could even be for like to your boss or your parent or parents. If you may feel like you really want to help somebody strongly and like really be committed to it. So for some of you, you may feel this way about the company you work for or a business you own or to a boss. But this can also apply to people you don't know and foundations and charities you're not involved in, or maybe you're involved in it, you want to get more involved in it now. I feel like you're taking a lot of pride in your work, and things that you're working on are becoming more elevated and more upscale. This could be creative projects you work on, hobbies and crafts. This could be jobs you do. This could be a business you own. Now, the card you have with it is Death, which is transformation, something ending so something new can begin. So you have that with the Hierophant, transformation. It's death, something ending so something new can begin. I do feel like there's some shedding of your old self and a shedding of a part of you that you're done with now, that you've outgrown it, or you're like done with that, I'm putting it away. Now, it could be a hobby, a craft, a job, a love relationship, but I feel the way my guides are presenting this message to me, it feels like it's more about something to do with you. That you're like, okay, I'm done with that persona. You know, maybe you were the, you know, the underling, or the, you know, trying to work your way up the ladder, or, you know, always trying to prove yourself, improve yourself, improve yourself. You may be done with all of that. I'm using that as an example. It could be other things where you're like, okay, that was a part of myself and a part of my life, or the part of my persona, and I'm now shutting the door on it. And now I'm transforming, and I'm going to behave more confident, more assertive, more confident. It's kind of something that I feel like you're going to have to get used to. I don't feel like this is some like snap transformation for you, like here today, gone tomorrow. It's like, I feel like you've been pondering it or ruminating about it, or, you know, thinking it over for a while. And you may have gradually been pulling away from a specific aspect of yourself or your life that you feel like it's a chapter or a door that needs to close. And now you are stepping into that. But I feel like it takes like a month to 2 months for you to fully step into the new you, the new persona, the new way of doing things, the new way of behaving. That's what I really feel like it is. I feel like old behavior's done, new behavior's happening. I feel like it's behaviors, it's habits, it's patterns, it's behaviors, it's traits of your personality. You're shutting some of those out. You're adopting new ones now. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like this video if you liked it, and share it with others if you feel it's worth sharing. And subscribe to this channel because it helps this channel grow, and it will help me reach more people with my psychic predictions and messages when you subscribe. So I hope you'll decide to do so and hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you would like to get any of the special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand videos, where I look at very specific topics using a variety of divination tools to bring you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for those topics, you can access my most recently recorded videos by clicking on the link down below in the Show More section. If you're on your phone, you're going to see the word More. After the title of the video, it goes ... more ... click more, and all the most recent video series I have recorded, those links are down below in the description box called the Show More section, and they're also on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. On that page, you just read all the video descriptions. I write it all out. You click on whatever zodiac sign you want under the heading of the video you want, and that link will take you to that video on Vimeo. I sponsor my own channel. I don't have other sponsors. I sponsor myself. So when you buy those videos, you're not only getting psychic predictions and messages from my guides that may feel like a private reading for some of you. In some cases, I do hear that from clients and people that purchase those videos. You're also helping to support this channel so I can keep it going. So the most recently recorded video series is my Psychic Tarot readings for Psychic Crystal readings for January 2024. But I am doing the Big Love readings for 2024 for both singles and couples. At the time I'm recording this video, I am starting to record those videos. I'm hoping by the time this video is edited and on YouTube that you will be able to get those videos on Vimeo, and that link will be down below. If you don't see that link yet, at the time this video gets aired, then it's coming soon, within days. I'll put that link down below. But if you sign up on Vimeo, you will get notified when those videos go up on Vimeo. Also, my Psychic Crystal reading for the new year of 2024, very popular. I started that last year with the yearly crystal readings. I didn't do that before. I had many requests for it. I did it last year. It was very popular. I've done it this year. You might want to check that out and see what the new year holds for you. And also my New Year 2024 10-card Celtic Cross Tarot Spread reading, Psychic Tarot readings for each sign of the zodiac. That's 10 cards, lots of predictions, lots of messages. If you can afford to get your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, I highly recommend you do that, or just get your sun sign and your rising sign. If you only want to get one video, go by what you normally resonate with on my YouTube channel is the way to figure out what one. If you just want to get one and you don't know, do I get rising? Should I get my sun? Should I get my moon? Go with what normally resonates with you on YouTube. Also, my career and finance, psychic tarot and crystal readings, those predictions started in April of 2023 and go 12 to 18 months out all the way until October of 2024. I do not think I'm going to do the same format anymore with those videos. I may change them in some way. I am not going to continue to do them the format that they are right now. So if you like that old format, you might want to get them because we're in 2024 now. October is many, many months away. So if you haven't gotten them yet, you got lots of time to get those predictions and messages. Now, I'm not going to go through all the other video links down below. Feel free to peruse them and see what interests you. You can also go to my website videos page and read all of the videos there, as I've already said, and you can select whatever has got you the most interested to find out about. And if you would like to get more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides channeled through me that you're not going to see here in a video, you can follow me on my social media pages at the Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook. and the Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. I did step away from Instagram for a bit. I'm still kind of avoiding it because I've had too many people plagiarizing and scamming and pretending to be me that it got to be too much of a headache. So I am still on there, but I haven't been posting much on Instagram because it just got nuts over there with that. I'm also on X, formerly known as Twitter, and my handle there is @TheLuckyMermaid. I'm always tweeting something over there on X. And if you would like to donate to my channel and help support the readings I do here, there's a donation link down below. It's connected to PayPal. Thank you so much to those of you who have donated. I truly appreciate it. It does help me a lot and it means a lot. So thank you so much for that. It helps me keep this channel going. So it does truly, truly help. So I hope that you have absolutely fantastic energy and happiness and great things that come to you the rest of this month of January 2024 and moving forward. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.